everybody, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to discuss and talk about the disadvantages of working overseas. But before that, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Working overseas may sound very enticing for some, and our friends or family members thought that we're just having a long vacation in a foreign land, seeing new places, buying new stuff. The truth is, working abroad is extremely difficult, and that's what we are going to talk about today. And I'm going to share with you some of the top reasons why working overseas is wrong. So without further ado, let's do it. Number one, could be very sad and lonely. When I was new here in Saudi Arabia, there was no nights that I wasn't crying on my bed. It was my first time to work abroad and my first time to be away from my family. I was too young at that time. Although I have been here in Saudi Arabia for the past couple of years now, I still find myself sad and lonely, and often lying on my bed, holding back tears. Working away from your loved ones is the hardest part of being an overseas worker. The worst is when you've got problems and you need to solve it on your own, because you can't tell your family knowing that they would be sad. I have been through such situations where I was in the middle of the deep blue sea. Number two, discrimination and unfair treatment. Discrimination is happening around the world, not only here. And if you're an overseas worker, chances are you would experience discrimination and unfair treatment. Discrimination is a universal issue that exists wherever you go. Here in the Middle East, Filipinos receive less respect due to the fact that we came from a third world country. It's very sad because people would judge you according to your nationality and color. I felt sorry for my Filipino men who had to leave our country and work abroad. In return, we don't get full respect that we deserve as human beings regardless of our nationality. Filipinos are among the most professional and reliable workers. They would work with all their hearts and soul. I hope that one day there will be no more Filipinos have to leave our country to work abroad, especially for our household workers or maids. Number three, shattering family relationship. Working abroad is a huge risk where you don't know what lies ahead. But there's nothing more badly when working away from home shatters family relationship. I have seen a lot of broken family relationship because of working abroad. There's nothing more painful when you see your wife or your husband left with someone else because you are not around. Or your children wouldn't treat you like mother or father because you have left them for so long. Number four, salary isn't really that much. Contrary to what many of the Filipinos believe, that working abroad has a greater financial advantage. That isn't true to all, especially if you're here in the Middle East. The average salary of many of the Filipinos here are ranging from around 300 to 500 US dollars, which isn't really that much. When I was new here in Saudi Arabia, my basic salary was 1,000 Rial, which was equivalent to 12,000 pesos that time. 12,000 pesos isn't really worth dying for and leaving my family behind. Only very few are fortunate enough who are receiving six-figure salaries working with the biggest companies here, but the majority actually receive less. Number five, toxic family members and friends becoming too dependent. This is one of the saddest realities when you are working abroad, and this is happening prevalently in the Philippines. While their family members are working away from home to support them, some of their family members are becoming too dependent and forgot to work for themselves and would only wait for the monthly remittances. Don't send them once and you'll end up the devil for them. It's sad, and I know a lot of overseas Filipino workers who are experiencing this one. Not to mention our friends and acquaintances expecting for pasalubong when we get home and gets mad when you failed to give them. The worst is that they would expect you to lend them money whenever they need. Number six, agonizing weather condition. We have come from a tropical country where we don't experience extreme weather condition. However, if you're working abroad, Brace yourself to experience summer reaching to 55 degrees Celsius and a bone-chilling winter. All this you will experience if you are an overseas worker just like me. So, are you still interested to work abroad? Number 7. Lost family times. While you are hoping to provide a better future to your loved ones, you have missed and lost the chance of seeing your children growing, and lost the chance of spending time with your aging parents. And if you stayed here long enough, one day one of your family members will pass away and you need to hurry home to see him for the last time. This really breaks my heart into pieces. I know we all have to pass away soon, but receiving a news that one of your family members dies while you are away from home is one of the worst situations. I'm not really prepared for this. And the last, but certainly not the least, can you guess? Yes, it's maltreatment and abuse. While there are many overseas Filipino workers who got successful in their career abroad, unfortunately for some, luck was too elusive, and their dreams to have a better future turned into an unforgettable nightmares. Recently when I went to Riyadh, I was surprised one Filipino guy approached me and asking for money. And when I asked him, he said his company didn't pay him for a couple of months now, and he was left with no choice but to beg for money to survive. And what about the maids being tortured by their employers? Last year, the president of the Philippines stopped sending maids to Kuwait due to the rampant cases of abuse, rape cases, and even deaths to our poor maids there in Kuwait. Even I myself got so much stressed at work from my demanding bosses. Over here, it's difficult to find a boss that would appreciate and treat you well. Sadly, you have nothing to rely on but yourself alone. Now, are you still interested to work abroad? These are some of the grim realities of working abroad. It's a huge risk and not everyone will succeed. What do you think is the main reason why there are still many Filipinos wanting to work abroad despite of all this risk? Well, let me know in the comment box below. All I can say is that I hope that one day there will be no more Filipinos have to leave our country to work abroad. And I think that wouldn't be too far because of our economy is getting stronger and our leaders are becoming more responsible. Anyway guys, I hope that you've enjoyed and I hope that you have learned something from our vlog today. And once again, if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and share this vlog to your friends. Thank you very much and I'll see you next time.